Welcome back to another 40 Facts about the 40k universe. I am your host Gershwin and you're watching One Mind Syndicate. Now last time we did a part 1 to the Necron race where we talked about the Necron tier. So if you have not checked that out, click on the link right there because we're going into part 2 of the Necron race. We're finally going to bring up the Necrons. So let's get into 40 Facts about the Necrons. Fact number 1. The powers of the C'tan were indeed almost godlike, and it was not long before the C'tan were being worshipped as star gods by the Necron tier. Fact number 2. The C'tan gave the Necron tier weapons of godlike power and starships that could cross the galaxy in the blink of an eye, but the greatest gift that they gave was the path to immortality. Their diseased flesh would be replaced with the living metal of Necrodermis. With this, they were ready to continue the war in heaven. Fact number 3. Colossal Cyclopean biofurnaces built by Necron tier roared day and night, and into these the Silent King's people marched, according to the terms of the pact he made with the C'tan. What blasphemous procedures the Necron tier were subjected to within these raging biofurnaces cannot be known, but certainly each was stripped of flesh and of soul, his body replaced by a shell of living metal, animated by what remained of his guttering self. Fact number 4. Above the furnaces swooped and dove the C'tan as they indulged themselves on the life energy of an entire species, growing ever stronger. Fact number 5. It was only when the Silent King himself emerged from the biofurnace and looked upon what had become of his people that he saw the awful truth of the pact he had made. His new machine body was far mightier than the frail form he had tolerated for so long. Yet there was an emptiness gnawing at his mind. In that moment he knew with certainty that the price of physical immortality had been the loss of his soul. The Necron tier race was gone. The Necron were born. Fact number 6. Every walk of life in the Necron tier society was biotransferred into the newly immortal bodies. Fact number 7. The biotransference process had enabled command protocol in every Necron mind, granting the Silent King the complete loyalty of his subjects. Fact number 8. Only a few of the most strong-willed Necron tier retained their intellect and self-awareness, and even they were but shadows of their former self. The very finest Necrodermis bodies went to those individuals of the highest rank within the Necron tier society. For the professional soldier, the merely adequate was deemed appropriate. As for the common people, they received that which was remaining. Comparatively crude mechanical bodies that were little more than lobotomized prisons for their minds. Fact number 10. United and immortal, the Necrons set out into the galaxy in their tomb ships to complete their part of the deal made with the C'tan. They attacked the Old Ones and every intelligent life in the galaxy. Fact number 11. The Old One's mastery of the warp was now countered by the C'tan's supremacy over the physical universe. Whole star systems could be devoured by the black holes called into being by the reality warping powers of the star gods. Fact number 12. The deciding factor that won the war for the Necrons was their access to the Old One's warp gates through a series of living stone portals known as Dolmen Gates. The Necrons were finally able to turn the Old One's greatest weapons against them, vastly accelerating the ultimate end of the war in heaven. Fact number 13. It was the C'tan known as Niadra Sath, the Burning One, who showed the Necrons how to find and use the Dolmen Gates. He desired to carry his Eldritch fire into the space beyond space. Fact number 14. The webway can detect when it has been breached. Its arcane mechanism swiftly attempt to seal off the breach from the rest of the labyrinth dimension until the danger to its integrity has passed. Fact number 15. The Dolmen Gates were neither so stable nor so controllable as the naturally occurring entrances to the webway. Necrons entering the webway had to reach their intended destination swiftly, otherwise the network itself brings about their destruction. Fact number 16. The C'tan and their undying Necron servants now dominated the galaxy. The Necrons spread through the galaxy, feeding on the souls of their captured. To the C'tan, this time was known as the Red Harvest. Fact number 17, for an unknown reason, but probably because their individual hunger for mortal life energies knew no bound, the C'tan ultimately began to fight amongst themselves for both sport and out of spite. They unleashed destructive forces beyond mortal comprehension. Fact number 18, as a last-ditch attempt, the Old Ones genetically engineered intelligent beings with an even stronger psychic link to the warp, hoping to create servants with the capability of channeling psychic powers to defend themselves from the C'tan. Fact number 19, with the Old Ones' psychically empowered servant races, the tides of the war in heaven changed, and the C'tan had to unify for the first time in 1,000,000 years. They created a plan to forever defeat the psychic sorceries of the Old Ones by sealing off the material universe from the warp. Fact number 20. The work of the C'tan to seal off the warp can be seen today in an area known as the Cadian Gate by the Imperium of Man. In the Imperial Fortress world of Cadia lies great pylons that litter the surface of the world in an intricate network and create the area of space known as the Eye of Terror. Fact number 21. Before the C'tan could finish their plan, the growing pains and collective psychic flaws of the younger races threw the untapped psychically reactive energies of the Immaterium into disorder. Older entities that had existed within the Immaterium transformed into terrifying psychic predators, tearing the souls of vulnerable psychers, and their own environment was torn apart and reforged into the realm of chaos. Fact number 22. The most terrifying of these horrors were the enslavers, warp entities whose ability to dominate the minds of the younger races and create their own portals into the material realm using transmuted possessed psychers brought them forth in greater numbers. Fact number 23. The horrors unleashed by the creation of the younger races finally scattered the last of the Old Ones and broke their power over the galaxy once and for all. Whether the species was extinct or simply fled the galaxy to seek a new haven elsewhere is unknown. The Necrons and the C'tan were left to deal with the possessed younger races in the galaxy. Number 24. With the Old Ones gone, the Silent King, Zurich, found the perfect time to get vengeance over the C'tan for taking his people's soul, and revolted against his masters. Fact number 25. The C'tan were immortal star spawn, therefore impossible to destroy. The Necrons instead smashed the C'tan into smaller, less powerful fragments. Each C'tan shard was bound within a multi-dimensional tesseract labyrinth. Fact number 26. Millions of Necrons had been destroyed as a consequence of the rebellion, including all of the members of the Triarch, but the Silent King remained. Fact number 27. After defeating the C'tan, the Necrons, weakened by their expenditure of lives and resources in overthrowing the rule of the C'tan, could not stand against the new young races known as the Eldar. So it was then that the Silent King ordered the remaining Necron cities to be transformed into great tomb complexes, threaded with stasis crypts. This was known as the Great Sleep. Fact number 28. It is unknown how many tomb worlds entered the Great Sleep. Fact number 29. The Silent King's final command to his people was that they must sleep for an equivalent of 60 million standard years, but awake ready to rebuild all that they had lost. Fact number 30. Zurich destroyed the command protocols by which he had controlled his people for so long, for he had failed them utterly. Fact number 31. Zurich, the last of the Silent Kings of the Triarch, took a ship into the starless void of intergalactic space, there to find whatever measure of solace or penance he could find. Fact number 32. Millions, if not billions, of dormant Necrons were destroyed by unstable planets, supernova, stasis crypt failures, marauding Eldar, and inquisitive lifeforms. Fact number 33. Necrons began to rise 60 million years after their slumber. This time is the present and is known as the Great Awakening. Unfortunately for the Necrons, not every legion awakes at the same time. Billions of Necrons still slumber in their stasis tombs, silently awaiting the call of destiny. Fact number 34. It is rare for a tomb world to awaken to a full functioning swiftly. In most cases, these coalesce over time to restore identity and purpose, but it is a process that can take decades or even centuries and cannot be hurried. Sometimes, recovery never occurs, and the sleeper is doomed to forever have a mindless state. Fact number 35. While dormant, each tomb world is controlled by the Master Artificial Intelligence program that oversees its essential maintenance and defense, mobilizing what resources it judges appropriate to any given situation or threat. Fact number 36. A tomb world's defenses lies in the hands of the Necron robotic servitor construct. The Canoptic spiders, Scarabson wraiths, all awaken by the Master Artificial Intelligence depending on the severity of the tomb world's danger from invaders. Fact number 37. A tomb world is at its most vulnerable during the revivification process. The colossal amounts of energy generated are detectable across light years and are an irresistible lure to raiders. Fact number 38. The lower order of Necrons, the Necron warriors and immortals, are awakened in the initial phases. These nearly mindless beings follow their protocols so that they are prepared for the most senior members of the dynasty. Fact number 39. Each tier in the Necron dynasty's hierarchy is revived, each more intelligent and bearing more individuality than the last. The whole process gradually begins to appear more like the workings of an ancient civilization and less like that of some great machine. Fact number 40. A Necron overlord is awakened, and upon its full revival, the master program ceases power to its creator. From that point onward, the truly ancient minds lead the tomb world, and what happens next depends entirely upon the character and ambition of the Necron overlord. Those were 40 facts about the Necron race. Now this is part 2, but there is going to be a part 3, part 4, part 5. Who knows how many parts, because the Necron fluff is super expansive. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to check out part 3 and for more lore videos. And of course, I hope your painting is going well. I've been having trouble with my Raven Guard / Space Wolves. I'm doing a Space Wolf army with Raven Guard colors because that's how I roll, and white is very difficult to work with, or at least the white that I'm using. So if you have any hints on a good way to use white, please comment down below, and comment down below any lore videos that you would like to hear about or learn about. Thank you so much for watching. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.